Stan Hannell. Uh, Les, tell us a little bit more about home energy rating systems, and then we're going to switch over to Stan. Let him talk about that new solar array out there.
Terrific. I just wanted to bring up a couple more items as far as people who are looking to do energy upgrades in their home. Louise earlier mentioned about a PACE program to assist in financing, but what do we have now? What we have right now for state employees, they have a DEAL program, DEAL, that you can contact your employer or go to your internal website to find data on that, which also requires a full home energy audit. And what a home energy audit includes includes measuring the effectiveness of the insulation in the walls, the ceiling, the type of windows and doors you have, the ducts, what type and how tight are the ducts, because most of the energy in a building is lost through air leakage, not only the ducts in the building. The performance and quality of the water heater and the air conditioning are all tied into this model. So that's the nuts of what a home energy audit includes. But I want to also address, piggybacking on what Louise mentioned about what's going on in the Nevada legislature, and if you're interested in finding more incentives to help offset the cost of an audit and any of the improvements, recommend that you go to the same Nevada legislator's site and look up AB 223 and SB 150. Both of those bills focus just on residential energy efficiency and small commercial. And if they are passed, I think you'll be seeing the utilities coming out with more aggressive, much more valuable energy efficiency incentives.
Thanks, Les. Okay, Stan, you're up. Talk to us about the new Moapa solar array.
Right, thank you. It was a lot of fun. Friday, they turned the big switch on to power up a 250 megawatt power plant. That's a huge installation on their Moapa River Indian Reservation. As folks know, it's located about 35 miles, 40 miles northeast of here along Highway I-15, and kind of around the junction of I-15 and 93. I actually went out there with a friend, Colin Burnell, who basically is on the board of directors for Solar MV chapter, the American Solar Energy Society, and also a member of our Las Vegas Electric Vehicle Association. And we were driving a new Nissan Leaf 2017 model that had 110-mile range on his battery pack, so to make sure we get out of city limits and be able to do a round trip. And so part of the thing, we had to drive along a frontage road for about 7 miles when we got there, and then another dirt road for another 7 miles, but we made it in there. But what they've done is amazing. There's 3.2 million panels spread out over 2,000 acres of property. The reservation itself is 72,000 acres, but they set aside a big patch, and so they've installed these thin film solar panels from First Solar, but it's enough power to basically light up 111,000 homes. I mean, that's what's amazing.
Is that the largest site so far?
I think for in Nevada, yes. The same First Solar did one in California, the Topaz Solar Farm, that had 550 megawatts of power kind of along the central coast. But in Nevada, it is the biggest one, I think, so far for solar. And First Solar has 1,200 megawatts of projects in Nevada also, so they're taking advantage of our sunshine out here. And but the neat thing, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power signed the power purchase agreement to buy that power from the reservation over the next 25 years. And it's so that particular location where the reservation was 15 miles away from the Reed Gardner coal power plant. So the high transmission lines, high voltage transmission lines are still there, and they're using them now to power send electricity from sunshine.
So we're going to export power to California and import some of their dollars.
That's what we hope so, yes, exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they love it out there because they're trying to do 50% renewable portfolio in Los Angeles area by 2025, twice of what we're doing right now. There's legislation that Louise talked about this morning to try and beef up our renewable portfolio standard to push solar too. But really exciting time for the Native American people out there, the Paiute tribe, and do
they benefit from this?
Yes, I think basically it took 7 years to build that site up, and so about 115 of the members of the band were employed directly by First Solar to build and design it, and then two of the female members of the tribe became fully certified electricians under the IBEW, and they're going to continue on working for First Solar as part of their operations and maintenance for the plant. So it's really been a great opportunity for them. And also the closing of the Reed Gardner power plant as well. They were actually being affected by the fumes from that smokestack, and the Sierra Club got behind that and really tried to draw attention to that, persuade NV Energy to close that down. That closed down 2 weeks ago.
So they're going to live in a much cleaner environment now.
Both ways.
On
Yes.
the reservation. That's
Yes,
great.
they're going to. First Solar said that would displace 341,000 tons of CO2.
Say
basically.
that again.
341,000 tons of CO2 that's not going to be produced
Annually?
annually by that,
So that's every year.
every year, I think.
Any idea how many cars that equates to taking off the road?
Yeah, they were saying like 93,000 or 77,000, I think,
So
something like
that's
that.
equivalent of taking 77,000 cars off the road from a smog standpoint.
Yeah, it's a huge,
That's
huge
good
plant.
stuff.
Yeah, so exciting stuff. Really happy for the people out there.
So speaking of cars, that's a good segue to what's going on with electric vehicles. Any updates on that, Stan?
Yeah, just what we were talking about with the Nissan Leaf, this year you're starting to see more cars extending that range out. Early electric cars by a lot of the manufacturers were limited to 80 to 100 miles. Now you're seeing the BMW i3, the Nissan Leaf, the new Hyundai Ioniq electric coming out. They all have like a 120-mile range. So there's incremental progress, especially this year. Also, as we hope to build out our Nevada Electric Highway, have DC fast charge stations every 100 miles between Las Vegas and Reno. That should be coming out by the end of the summer. So some of the new cars like the Chevy Bolt EV has a 200-mile range, or actually about 230-mile range. So now trips between Las Vegas and Reno by electric car over the next couple months should get easier. And then the phase 2 of that Nevada Electric Highway program is to build out an eastern gateway on Highway I-15 and I-80 and Lincoln 50 to Utah and to California and to Arizona as well. So we're hoping to expand all that and take advantage of our sunshine that can not only power our homes and but also power our transportation as well.
That's good stuff too. That's not taking the cars off the road, but taking the car smog off the road. I like that idea. It's great stuff. And how about, you were going to talk a little bit about the Green Fest procession that's coming up. Who's going to be in that, and how do you get involved, and where can you go to see that?
It's a lot of fun, yes. Part of Green Alliance organization, we have a group called Drive Clean Energy, Las Vegas as well. And so we welcome all types of alternative fuels. So basically we have compressed natural gas fuels and also biodiesel fuels, that sort of thing, as well as electric cars. So we'll have a little procession. We gather at Las Vegas Cyclery about an hour before Green Fest starts, and we'll leave about 8:30 from Las Vegas Cyclery ground, about a quarter mile away, and procession right up to the event.
And where's Las Vegas Cyclery?
It's located on Town Center Drive. I think, along close to Flamingo area.
All right, thanks, Stan. Well, it's been a great show, and thank you all. Have a great week, and keep it green out there. And tune in next week to Shades of Green on KDWN at 9 o'clock on Monday. Thank you.